Hey guys, welcome to another video. I'm Gio from Smart Home Makers, and in this video we're going to look at this LIFX Smart Wi-Fi bulb. We're going to integrate it into Home Assistant, and then we're going to look at a cool automation where some of the colors can spin in a rainbow loop effect. Let's roll the intro. Now if you've seen my other videos, and if you haven't, subscribe and check them out later. You know I'm a Philips Hue fan. I've got a lot of these. I've had them all around the house. This is a simple white one I've got in my hallway. But this time around I thought, well, why not just try LIFX to get that experience so I can then bring it to you. So what are the main differences between these two? So if I'm reading the specs, this is 186 lumen, the Philips, and LIFX 800. So this is the mini. You can get another version which is a bit more expensive, and I think that gets to 1100 lumens, so a lot more light. Basically that's what it means. This one's got color, and it got similar color range, color spectrum between the two. The main differences between these two are let's say the ecosystem and the compatibility. So Philips Hue have a huge range of outdoor lights. They have motion sensors, they have dimmer switches. I'm not sure with LIFX exactly what's their whole range, but I'm sure it's not as comprehensive as the Philips one. But the Philips, it connects via Zigbee, and you need a hub. So you're going to need a bridge, which you either purchase with the starter pack or you purchase separately. But you will normally get a starter pack if you haven't got any bulbs and you want the Philips Hue bulbs. Whereas with LIFX, you can just get one bulb. If you just want to dip your toes into home automation, you don't want to fully go all in, then this isn't a bad option. I picked this up for £20 during Prime Day. So we have Black Friday coming very soon. So, if you want to check the Amazon link down below, it's going to be an affiliate link, and that will help me and help you. As I said, this is Wi-Fi. So you're going to need to connect this, and you're going to need to ensure that you can have a LIFX bulb in range to your access point. Now I have a Wi-Fi system. I have various access points around the house, so that's fine for me. But this might be also different. And when we're going to go and install it, I've already installed it. I had a go with it. And I think there's also a delay in the status update in Home Assistant. So LIFX is a little bit slower compared to maybe a Philips Hue or just in general other devices. Now I'm going to go up there, I'm going to screw it in, and I'm going to get integrated into Home Assistant. So as you can see now, the LIFX light bulb has been installed. I've got a cool looping effect now running through, and it changes every second, and it changes across the color spectrum. So this just gives you an example of what this light bulb can do. In terms of specs, it's got 800 lumens, and it's very simple to screw in like any other light bulb. You're gonna have to check your light fitting before you install it, obviously. So we're back, we're in Home Assistant, we're in a configuration tab. I've screwed in the bulb, and I'll turn it on from the Sonoff Wi-Fi switch. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll put a card up here and you can go and check that one out. But it's going to be quite interesting because you can see I'm going to have two ways of turning off this light, and hopefully they're going to live well together. So LIFX, we've got it here. It's been automatically discovered. Click on configure, and it says, do you want to set up LIFX? Yes, submit, finish. That must have been the quickest setup we've ever done. Let's have a look now at the details. So we've got one device, one entity. So I only have one device, I only have one bulb for now. So if I click on the bulb, the name that we have is the LIFX Mini 5BA. So what I would do is I would change the name. Okay, so I have two entries because one entry is coming from my Ubiquiti integration. So it's getting it picked up in that sense as a device tracker. But the one we want is the one with the light bulb. So let's click on that one, and this is the name we have, the entity ID. So let's change that. And to be fair, you can just call it LIFX. If you've only got one, just keep it simple. So I'll update it, and that's done now. You can add a name override, so you can have a friendly name. So if I'm going to say LIFX Bulb update, and now you can see LIFX Bulb just appeared there. So it's a little bit more easier to read and to know where to set it. You can immediately add it to Lovelace dashboard from here, but I've already got something set up on the other side, and I'll show you right now. Okay, so we're going to add this into the room called the inspiration room, which is this room. A bit of a weird name, but you know, that's it. Inside here we've got our switch, which was the one we had installed in the previous video, and we have a motion sensor. So I also picked up a motion sensor. The motion sensor is the Akara motion sensor. Got made a couple of videos already on that already, and basically it's now my favorite motion sensor. I'm going to use it for like all of my automations going forward. So let's add in here the new bulb we created. So let's go to the three dots, configure UI, and I'm going to go to this card. I'm going to click edit, and right at the bottom here, if I search for LIFX bulb, and click on that, and now you'll see the bulb appearing here on the right hand side. You can turn on, turn off already from here. I just like to sort it in a bit my own way, so I'm going to put the bulb right under the switch, and I'm going to save it, and there you have it. So if I turn off, the light is now off, and I can turn it back on and the light goes back on again. You can also click here and you can change the color temperature. You can change the colors, so you can move around in any way you wish and you want. You can change the brightness. You can pull it right up and right down. And you have some history here where it tells you when it's been on and when it's been off. So that's what you have out of the box. Very exactly the same as any other light bulb, colored light bulb that you have. One of the differences in here is the type of service you can actually use and you need to use to call and to turn on the light bulb from automations. Let's look at that now. So let's go to the developer tools. Let's go to services, and let me search for LIFX. So we've got 4 states here, and the main one is the LIFX set state, when we've got the effect color loop, the effect pulse, and the effect stop. So LIFX set state is going to basically give you the LIFX set state is your go-to, because it's the one that's going to be able to turn on and turn off the lights. So as you can see from the official guide, I've just pulled it up now, the LIFX guide, it actually does say that the normal light dot turn on cannot be used with this integration, and that's because the LIFX remembers the previous state before the power was turned off. And these are the attributes that you can use. The entity ID, again, that's the crucial one. All of them have the same one. In my example, we call it LIFX. And here are some of the examples that what you can do. So you can do color loops, and that's what we're going to try right now. And the color loop is just going to loop through colors in an interval that you specify. So it's like a bit of a rainbow thing. It might be a very cool Halloween effect, maybe, think about that. Okay, so I'm in the automation files, and in my lights folder, I've created a new file called turnonlifx.yaml. And in this file, we're going to do very simple automation, which we've done before. And we're going to look at the platform state, looking at our binary sensor, which is our motion sensor, which we call the inspiration motion sensor. We're looking at that state to be on, and we're looking at the light level. So we're looking at a light level below 100. And then the action that we're going to call the color loop. So we're going to have a bit of fun. The color loop, we are looking for our light.lifx. Period 1 means 1 second, so it's going to be 1 second between each type of color. So it's mainly for the purpose of the video, so you can actually see it changing rather than real life use case. I'm setting the brightness as 200. The scale goes right up to 255, just to give you an example. And I'm passing the entity ID inside the data again. So once you've created this, you can reload the automations. Now the code, all this code, don't worry, it will be in the blog, will be linked in the description. So you just reload the automations and then we can test it right now. So now we're ready to test the automation. We've got to check if the light bulb is going to turn on and if it's going to do any color loop effect. We also got to check how long it's going to take for the Philips bulb to actually get picked up in Home Assistant. So we're using our usual motion sensor, the Aqara motion sensor. I'm going to trigger it right now. I'm going to pick it up. I've detected the lights come on at this stage, as you can see, and it's cycling through. A bit like a rainbow, but in Home Assistant, it's still, there you go, and now it caught up. So it took at least a couple of seconds before it actually updated the status, which is a little bit too slow in my opinion. So let's try turning it off the wall now. I'm going to reach and now turn it off. Should hit that. Here you go, relay, and immediately that updated in the in Home Assistant. It's off. LIFX bulb still says it's on. It's obviously not. I'll show you. It's off. And at this point, wondering how long is it going to take for LIFX to actually pick up the fact that it's disconnected completely. So around 20-30 seconds have gone by. We're still waiting for the LIFX bulb to update. Actually, strange thing is that it actually is changing color still. So it's still in the color loop because I can see it change. Oh, there you go. And now it's just gone. So that took, I think it took realistically a minute and something for actually it to be picked up. Now let's try the reverse. I'm going to try and turn the light on from the mains and see the LIFX bulb if that updates or not. Okay, so it's on, the light is on. We've got our inspiration room switch on, LIFX bulb dead for now. So let's see if that is quicker in picking up. Yeah, it's on now, it's on. So we're good. And we've got motion detected. And I believe we're still on the color loop. So I think until we stop the effect, when we stop the color looping, it's just going to continue. So every time you power cycle, it remembers its previous setting and it starts from that. So I think that's the advantage of the LIFX. But you do see there is a delay in it reporting its status. Now, because I have a switch, I could create an automation that when you turn off the switch, it then turns off the bulb state, so it keeps in sync. But I just wanted to show you guys this example, and you might find this useful when you need to pick your next smart light bulb. If you're using some other smart light bulb, I want to know in the comments description, because I'm always looking for new products to try out and I like exploring and comparing different products. So let me know in that comment section down below. If you want to look at my recent comparison video where I compare 3 motion sensors, I'll put that right up on the screen right now. If not, subscribe, like, and stay safe. See you in the next one.